How's it going, everybody? Alexander with High Winds EDC. Today I got a little something special for us. We're going to welcome a visitor to the channel. Not a person, but a piece of gear. This is the Oz Machine Company Roosevelt. This is a loaner. This is one of the second loaners that this channel has gotten. The first loaner that I was given was given to me by a friend named Daniel. He let me utilize a CRKT Septimo, which is perfect, and my overall conclusion on that piece of kit was that it wouldn't necessarily replace your primary blade or your primary multi-tool, but perhaps if you were a person who carried a second Swiss Army knife, or you carried a Swiss Army knife, that particular piece of kit would be able to I guess take the place of your Swiss Army knife. We're gonna do something a little similar. I'm gonna try and get as much content as I can recorded on this knife, this very wonderful knife. I've gotten some pretty good permissions from my friend. He said, use it like you normally would, which we're gonna do. I'm not gonna baton with it. I'm not gonna do anything that would break the knife, right? But we are gonna do, like tonight, I'll try and do some food prep throughout the week. I'll try to just cut some things a little bit unnecessarily, maybe like some nylon straps, maybe some tubing or something like that, just so that you guys can see that this loaner, Noah, please go give him a follow over on Instagram at turbo.edc, and that's it, turbo.edc. Super cool guy, very friendly. He's been one of my cool homies recently. We're all part of a big group, and we hang out, we share stuff about gear, share news, upcoming events, upcoming drops and stuff like that, things that we're interested in. A lot of us like to share, like I've experienced that blade. It's pretty good in my book, and stuff like that, It's good to have friends like that in this kind of community, so that way you don't ever purchase something or get into something that you hate and then you can't either get rid of, or it sits in the secondary market for a long time. All right, so that being said, what are my first impressions? That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a first impressions. I don't know if I'll necessarily give an overview on this, because I don't feel comfortable only having it for 8 days and then giving a review on it. You guys know kind of how that goes, but I'll use it as much as I can. I will say one thing that I've already said to Noah is that I need to get one. I need one. It's perfect. Spoiler alert for me. I've also got this new Triari that you guys saw me unbox. Sorry, that's my pilot pin. I need to figure something else out about that, but it's what works for now, right? So I'm carrying my Apache slip joint in there, but in this Triari, this Roosevelt fits perfectly. Check that out, guys. It's like right where it needs to be, and then you can easily, so you tuck it in, you can easily, boom, pull out your knife or whatever, and it carries very comfortable in the pocket. I will say right now with this zirconium clip, it's a little tight in the pocket, getting it in and out. It doesn't just kind of like seamlessly move in and out of the pocket. Watch. It's a little grabby, in the pocket, especially in denim. I wore denim at church today. So it's just stuff like that that I'll be trying to notice, trying to nitpick at. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to give you a full review. I wouldn't feel comfortable doing something like that. The ergonomics on this are pretty good so far. It's good for EDC. Would it be good for maybe hard use work? I don't know. We'll see. We're gonna figure it out together. But so far, I feel more than comfortable carrying this to church. In my ranking scale, I would place this like just off of the first 24 hours of me having it. Maybe not even 24 hours. I unboxed this yesterday evening. So in the first, 18 hours of me using this knife, I place it above the Voxnays F5.5. And for me, the Voxnays F5.5 was top 5 all time, just because of fit and finish, deployment, the nested liners, all that good stuff. The Elmax steel was really nice and heat treated perfectly. I loved it so much. But this already, and it's kind of hard to say because these things, the lowest they go for is $700, and the upper echelons of the price in the secondary market is ridiculous. It's like $1,400. My buddy he saw that he got his first one, and he mentioned to me in some DMs, he said, dude, you got to get your hands on one. He said, we got to get High Winds one of these for table, you know, because $1,400 is a lot. I spent $890 on my Koenig Arius, which is a great knife, but I don't think I ever want to break that 1K, and if I do, it would have to be something like this. But it's kind of weird, you know, the way the market works, the way this hobby works. So yeah, I'm sorry I'm recording the wrong way. I'm recording up and down, and I shouldn't do that, but please forgive me for that. Sorry, I just now realized that as I'm looking at my phone and my camera. I'm already 5 minutes in. I'm not gonna backtrack. Sorry, but yeah, it's really beautiful. So welcome. We're welcoming a visitor. He'll be here with us till what, today is the 10th, I believe. I don't have my watch on me. Bad High Winds. I got it right here though, underneath all of this stuff. It is the, sorry camera. Yeah, it is the 10th, July 10th. A couple of other updates. You know, yesterday, me and my brother, we went to the gun range yesterday. He had a really nice grouping. He turned 21, and so yeah, we went out to the gun range, and that was really fun. I got to, you know, cycle through the about 50 rounds on the CZ. Only had one jam, and it was easily fixable. So, you know, CZ for the win. It really is sucky to say it. I'll have to clean it out and go through, like, well, field strip it and clean it and stuff. But all that stuff is good. That's for the better, you know. We're trying to better ourselves in this EDC game. If you're gonna EDC a firearm, learn how to use it. I'm learning, guys. I'm green to all of this firearm stuff, but I love carrying my CZ. I really do. It's big and bulky, so I'd like to get something a little smaller, maybe like a SIG. I rented a SIG out, the P365 XL. And then the time I went to the range before, I rented out just the regular 365 with the extended magazine, and so that way I can get comfortable. It's really apples to oranges when it comes to firearms, but I love the way the PO1 shoots. It's just like zero recoil, so yeah, it's really nice. But anyways, what else do I have on me? I got my Raylite Pineapple Mini. You guys saw the pen of my choice. This is this one right here. Like I said, I gotta figure something else out. After I lost my Refine stainless steel pen, I don't have an EDC pen except for a Fisher Space pen, and I don't want to carry a Fisher Space pen in this because it bottoms out. See, or it doesn't bottom out, I should say. It goes all the way through. Felt dirty doing to my just forget it. Front left pocket, sorry. We've got my Wilhelm Leatherworks Bounty Hunter in here with the shark skin leather. You can see my happy smile, my ID. Love this wallet. I get to carry it again because now that I have the Triari, I'm able to carry my Apache in a sheath now. So that's really nice. That's for the better. And it fits comfortably. I might have to actually, Steve was telling me on Instagram, I might have to get some leather and pack it down into the bottom so that way the Apache sticks up just a little bit more, because I'm having a little bit of a rough time once it's sunk down in there. I'm having a rough time reaching down in there and grabbing it. So he advised, why don't you get some leather, jam it at the bottom with some needle nose pliers, and kind of get it to where the Apache's sitting right. So we're gonna try that out. Back right pocket is my yellow bandana, cotton bandana, all that good stuff. Let's see, what else are we doing? Like I said, I do have the CZ right over here whenever I record, just in case anything ever happens. But yeah, so let's put the gear up. I did have the Oz in the pockets today, front right pocket carry. I had the Apache in the sheath, and then I had this little pen, and then I had a nice little Hawaiian shirt on for church. So yeah, there is that. Let's see if I can give you any more impressions. I do love the ergos. It's so lightweight. I think Noah told me it was like 3.3 ounces, 3.6 ounces. It's like 3 pennies in the palm of your hand. You know, that's crazy. That's grams. Never mind. So yeah, it's really nice. It's just such a nice zirconium clip. right here, and it blends into the handle material very well. Zirconium back spacer, I love it. And it helps bring the balance. No, not really. The balance is kind of off, but you kind of get to work with the ergos. The ergos make up for the lack of balance. Does that make sense? The ergos make up for the lack of balance. Yeah. The main deployment method is definitely going to be a reverse flick, so if you're not used to that, it may be a little bit of a learning curve. But usually if you're, because you see this is thumb flicking it, you see you'd have to slow roll it on the thumb flick and make sure you're not holding the lock bar on the opposite side, so that way, you see what I'm saying? So main means of deployment is definitely going to be a spidey flick or a reverse flick. Another thing that I did want to say, Noah, like I said, he gave me a couple permissions and stuff. He just said, don't break it. Fair enough, man, you know? So he said I can sharpen it and send it back to him whenever I'm done with everything, so that way it's got a decent edge on it whenever he gets it back. May ask him here in a little bit if I can disassemble it, if that would be okay with him, so you guys can see what's going on in here. I know that there's like a double detent, which is really cool. Maybe, I don't know if that applies to this particular model, or if it's older models or something, but he does have a double detent system. Sorry, I think his name is Dan Osborne. Really cool dude. Sorry, it's really hot out here. A lot of the times I can only record whenever the kids are asleep, whenever mama's asleep. This is the time I use to create content for you guys. So if I forget anything, there will be more videos coming throughout the week. Maybe another 2, 3, or 4 videos, depending on what I can squeeze in during the work week. You guys know how it can be sometimes, especially in our busiest season on campus. Summer is our busiest season, and then winter, we kind of get a peak at winter whenever the snow is coming, and then for the most part, fall is a dead season. Winter's a dead season, except for that, like I said, that snow and stuff like that once we get real cold. And spring is usually when we start kicking back into gear. Summer is just like balls to the wall. So anyways, I'll do some size comparisons here for you guys. The best comparison that I have right now in my arsenal, which isn't extensive, which isn't a lot, is going to be the Pena X Series Mula. It is longer than the Osborne. It's got a longer blade. It's got a similar handle, a little bit longer on the handle, a little bit longer on the blade overall. Sorry, y'all. Like I said, I'm recording the wrong way. I really feel bad for doing that, but we're already 12 minutes in, so it's okay. Another comparison, actually, a really good comparison, is the Pena X Series Apache. In my channel, we've already done some side-by-side comparisons to this. This knife is the exact same as the other Pena X Series knives. So the other Pena X Series Apaches, Raptors, I think the Raptor's like a smidge longer than most. The Zulus, the dogleg. You see what I mean? And we'll do a size comparison to the Roosevelt. It's almost exactly the same, a little bit longer blade on the Roosevelt though. So yeah, very nice. We like that. So go back in the sheath. And then of course, another comparable comparison, in my opinion, is to the Boker AK1. So yeah, these are almost identical in size. A little longer on the handles for the Boker AK1. Sorry, let's try to do it this way. On the Boker AK1, get it lined up, and then same blade size. So that's really cool. We do like the angular cutout of the drop belly, and then this definitely qualifies. I've mentioned it before, and henceforth on the channel we're going to be calling it the knife nerdery concept. Okay, which is if you can reverse flick a knife, if this, then this, have this forward finger choil, because it's really intuitive to your hands. Whenever you reverse finger flick, you need a forward finger choil for that index finger to just fall in line to get the quickest action of deployment for the reverse flick. If you're gonna have a reverse flick or a spidey hole or a hole cut out for deployment, then have this finger choil. I'm gonna call it the knife nerdery principle or the knife nerdery concept, and it falls in line perfectly with this. So if this, then this, then that forward finger choil, and it fits perfectly. Another knife that does this really well is the Spyderco Shaman, because you got this jipping and stuff right here where your index finger is supposed to fall in line. So if that, then this, and it's just really intuitive, and you guys will figure it out because, let's see, here's one that doesn't do it so well. It's the Arius in your finger, and I'm nitpicking here, obviously. I'm not saying this is what you have to do. I have no moral high ground to stand on to make that kind of claim. You guys know what you guys know what I'm saying. So if this, then you see that's where the finger choil is supposed to be, but the flipper, and Arius has made that, they've made flipper deletes, so, you know, they've compensated for that. They've made that adjustment already in some of their models, but, you know, if you're gonna have that reverse flicking, I kind of have to skip the flipper and come down here, and that's just the nerd part of this whole EDC thing, this whole knife thing. A knife that doesn't do it very well, again, is going to be the I can't do it. Of course I'm not going to be able to do it today. Reverse flicking the Zahn. But yeah, as far as that goes, you know, I can reverse flick the Moolah, but it's the same issue. My finger wants to find a finger choil that's not there. You know what I mean? So yeah, maybe you guys can notice that. Again, I attribute that 100% fully to Knife Nerdery. I love his channel. I love checking him out. He does a lot of long form videos, so if you have like 30 minutes to dedicate to like a real geek out of somebody disassembling a video, going over every little millimeter of a knife, I advise you to subscribe to him as well. But before we get into any more of that, I know this video is running a little long over a lot of kind of almost nothing, except for obviously a Roosevelt and the Triari. We will be trying the Paratus sometime soon, but I want to try the Triari first. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you guys for watching the channel. Appreciate you guys for sticking around this long into the video. So please hit the like button, subscribe, comment. I love talking with you guys. Guys, I don't know, girls don't really subscribe to my channel, so please engage with the content. I would really appreciate it. Ask questions. I like to answer them, and I think I can you know, more or less answer questions pretty thoroughly in the comment section. Hop over to my channel, not my channel, my Instagram page, HighWindsEDC, and then go follow turbo.edc on Instagram. Really cool dude. His photography is immaculate. I have him, TX.edc, and a couple of other guys. I really have to go to them because it's like that iron sharpening iron thing, but these guys, like, they're trying to get their photography games on point with the EDC stuff. They're trying to get the good gear, you know what I mean, and like really embrace it, and it's really cool. So go follow those two guys, TX.edc, turbo.edc, and then follow me. Thanks, guys.